Episode 56 BW. Reducing pollution and investing in our clean energy future is an equity issue. This federal investment from the EPA will help communities across our state that need it most. EPA Region 10 expects to award and administer the funding agreements in summer 2023. More information on the climate pollution reduction grants. United States, Washington, D.C. ROSEP-View. This article by the industry lobbyist CEI erroneously states that the EPA is rushing to lower PM2.5 safe limits, expected to change to 8 micrograms per meter cubed annually and 25 micrograms per meter cubed daily by 2024. These new safe PM2.5 limits would be higher than the World Health Organization, WHO, PM2.5 safe limits of 5 micrograms per meter cubed annually. Safe limits of PM2.5 have not been changed for over 10 years, although they are required to be reviewed every 5 years. This is no rush. The 2021 dismissal of the CASAC members who were appointed by previous President Trump by the current EPA chief Michael Regan is mourned by this conservative think tank, which is probably led by polluting industry lobbyists. For background on this 2021 dismissal of Trump-appointed CASAC member C. EPA dismisses dozens of key science advisors picked under Trump. The Competitive Enterprise Institute is a nonprofit libertarian think tank founded in 1984 in Washington, D.C., to advance principles of limited government, free enterprise, and individual liberty. The EPA's premature proposal on particulate matter highlights from CEI's comment to the EPA. Competitive Enterprise Institute. Instead, the EPA is rushing to revise the primary annual PM2.5 standards based on the old 2019 ISA and a very limited supplemental document. Similarly, excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity. The EPA's premature proposal on particulate matter highlights from CEI's comment to the EPA. In January 2023, the EPA published a proposed rule that would make the primary annual standards for fine particles, PM2.5, more stringent. My CEI colleague Marlo Lewis and I submitted a comment in response to the EPA's proposed rule. Here are some highlights from the comment: the purge of the Clean Air Scientific Advisory Committee, CASAC. On March 31, 2021, EPA Administrator Michael Regan dismissed all of the advisors from CASAC, as well as another statutorily required panel, the Science Advisory Board, SAB. This action was initially being pushed in 2020 by former EPA employees opposed to Trump administration policies. The EPA's conclusions regarding PM that raise serious doubts about the lethality of PM2.5 at today's historically low levels. Almost every country in the world has higher PM2.5 concentrations than the United States. U.S. levels are about 5 times lower than the global average, yet many countries, especially in the developed world, do not have lower life expectancies than the U.S. This doesn't disprove PM2.5 health effects, because many socioeconomic factors influence all-cause mortality risk. Canada. Health Impacts of Air Pollution in Canada, 2021 report. Canada.ca. These pollutants include fine particulate matter, PM2.5, ground-level ozone, and nitrogen dioxide, NO2. This is an update to previous health. Canada, British Columbia, Chemainus. Letter: would smoke worse than car emissions, but let's reduce, both Chemainus Valley Courier. The Chemainus Valley Courier. Both vehicle exhaust and wood smoke are harmful to our health, especially in places like the Cowichan Valley, where inversion layers can hold. Canada, British Columbia, Golden, Wildsite Golden. ROSEP-View. In British Columbia, Canada, starting May 2023, rebates will be given to residents who transition from wood burning to a less polluting heat pump system for heating their homes. Called WildSite Golden, 6 local WildSite branches work at the grassroots level to build a conservation ethic in our communities and a culture of sustainability. These autonomous branches are as diverse as the towns they're located in: Creston, Elk Valley, Fernie, Golden, Invermere, Kimberley/Cranbrook, and Revelstoke. All of our branches truly exemplify that small, local steps can make an enormous difference. Unfortunately, at this time rebates are also given for wood pellet stoves, which also unnecessarily pollute with PM2.5 at levels higher than coal burning and natural gas burning, and of course with higher PM2.5 emissions than heat pumps, which now work at temperatures well below zero. Ditch the wood-burning heat system and get a rebate from WildSite Golden. The Golden Star. Particulate matter includes solids and liquids that are fine enough to be inhaled and thus create air quality issues. Exposure to fine particulate air. WildSite Golden launches 2023 Wood Smoke Reduction Program. WildSite. Starting in May 2023, WildSite Golden will be launching a new wood smoke reduction program for our area, including administering rebates for. Excerpt edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity. WildSite Golden launches 2023 Wood Smoke Reduction Program. April 5, 2023 by WildSite Golden. Starting in May 2023, WildSite Golden will be launching a new wood smoke reduction program for our area, including administering rebates for residents of the town of Golden who use wood as a primary source of heating and would like to transition to a less polluting heat pump system. A limited number of rebates will be available in 2023. These rebates can be combined with other provincial and federal financial incentives designed to reduce energy consumption in our homes. Canada, British Columbia, Okanagan. Increased incentives to get rid of wood-burning stoves in the North Okanagan Vernon News. Castanet. Gas-fired and propane-fired appliances will no longer be accepted as replacements for wood-burning appliances. Incentives can also be combined with Australia, Melbourne, and Queensland. Rozep View, an image of an Australian woman's handwritten letter who is a near neighbor to a residential wood burner, to that wood-burning neighbor, was printed and reprinted in the tabloids of the United Kingdom recently. The residential wood burner posted her neighbor's letter on her Facebook page, seeming to mock the neighbor whose family was adversely affected by the PM2.5 air pollution from the wood burner's fireplace. The tabloid's use of the image of the handwriting also seemed to use the letter to try to mock the letter writer. The letter briefly states the real harm the wood burner's behavior is causing. If the letter writer had written about the physical effects of the neighbor's car hitting her children, the letter would seem an extremely mild reaction to harm done to the letter writer's family. Because the harm is from wood smoke, it seems to be trivialized by the Facebook poster and by the UK tabloids. This says more about the lack of character, morals, and ethics of the Facebook poster and of the UK tabloids than it says about the character of the righteously offended Australian woman. Why this has traction in the media is puzzling, except to appeal to wood-burning tabloid readers who resent their traditional pastime being criticized, even in the face of the evidence of air pollution it causes. The words polluting and toxic are put in quotation marks in the tabloid stories as if it were not true that wood burning is polluting and toxic. PM2.5, particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, is the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, causing a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. Wood smoke is 90% PM2.5, and in Australia, as in the UK, it is widely known that residential wood burning is harmful to human health. Rozep agrees that wood-burning stoves are objectively stinking. Anger at being exposed to air pollution from wood burning is a natural human response and is defensive and self-protective of the near-neighbor woman's kids. The wood burner is not a target. The wood burner has been pinpointed as the source of air pollution. The near neighbor knows the source of air pollution, and the near neighbor is informing the wood burner that she knows the near neighbor is the source of air pollution. Melbourne is not as warm as Queensland, but the letter writer is not burning wood for heat herself, but is only attempting to enjoy the good weather in Melbourne outside in her yard, foiled by her neighbor's wood burning.